Richard Jefferson alongside. David Aldridge is with us from the 4 tonight. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Zach LaVine.
And looking at it nearly as easily as they used to.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with LaVine, and it's Valanciunas in at the center position. And for the Warriors, some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Moses Moody is out there with Butler, and it's Green in at the 5. And when you're taking on a back-to-back, Richard, does your approach change at all?
As a player, not much. The coaches, they may look to adjust some minutes, but on the court, you just got to keep pushing.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first.
Well, I caught up with Coach Steve Kerr. I asked him what plan he had, if any, for Zach LaVine. He said, my focus is making sure he doesn't get any easy shots. We have to contest every attempt. It's about mitigating the damage, not preventing it. So it looks like he'll settle for just making LaVine work as hard as possible. Guys?
Thanks, David. Here's Murray, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Shot clock at 5. Here's Valanciunas. Draymond Green with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Hield. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Nice move. Hield showing he's not just a three-point shooter.
Richard, with Buddy Hield, we're talking about one of the best shooters in the NBA.
No question, he is a marksman. He's going to have to be a mercenary, though. He is the type of an outside threat that every team needs. I don't care what the offensive system is, Buddy Hield will find a way to score.
Frank, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge. And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Again, the miss by the Kings.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink one of their first 5 shots.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now here's LaVine. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. Ellis kicks to Valanciunas. And the 3 off target.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Pass to Moody. Fires for 3. They kick out to Hield. Over LaVine. Hield can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Down low, here's Butler. And he uses the glass on the layup. Butler's got his second bucket of the night.
The defense has to make it tougher for Butler. Can't give him that.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. And Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score. When he gets going, it could be a problem.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Warriors, number 1.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end. And you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
LaVine against Butler. LaVine double team. And a wide open look here for Ellis. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And Curry, here we go. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win. Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Now here's Curry. He's coming off a 22-point game against Memphis. Shots good by Butler.
Shot IQ has always been a strength for Butler. He's not one to force up a bad shot.
Ellis up. Curry against Ellis. Outside Curry. On the wing, Heel. Three-pointer. That one's not going to go.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
He's not the biggest guy, but it's the explosiveness, the athleticism of Levine that makes him so difficult to handle on that interior.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one drops. And the Kings are, Jay, with back-to-back seasons of 40-plus wins.
This is a huge step forward for the Sacramento Kings, Kevin. It had been 16 years since they achieved that feat. But now, with this strong nucleus, there's a lot more optimism in Sacramento, and rightfully so.
Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. And so Levine nails both of them. But should we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade?
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
And it's Butler missing. The Kings trailing. Levine with it. 5 points in the game. Ellis finds Levine. Sacramento moving it around. Back to Ellis. Beyond the arc. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. Ellis has got 6.
The all-around game of Levine, an excellent passer for his position.
Outside Butler. Pass to Green to stop the run. Sacramento grabs the miss. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
And we're watching two teams looking to make that next step. They want to break out of the middle of the pack, prove they can do some damage.
And we got a story coming to us now from Shams Charania regarding the LA Clippers. Shams, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. They were searching for a veteran presence who could slide in at the 1 or 2. They were able to land C.J. McCollum. They know he might not be the long-term solution for them, but they like what C.J. brings right now. They can certainly use his production.
Thanks so much for the report, Shams.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Healed with the bucket.
A leap from three-point land. Buddy Hield, whenever he lets it fly, I think it's going in.
Ellis kicks to Levine. On the wing, Murray. Outside DeRozan. Launches from deep. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Moody. Butler against Ellis from 20 feet out. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And now a 3-point Warrior lead. Levine against Green. Levine kicks to Ellis. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Warriors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
On the court right now for the Kings, we've got Trey Lyles. Monk is out there with Fultz. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's LaRavia in at the 4 slot. It didn't take long for Pasensya to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
Traps in the tray.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. Fultz.
That's a fantastic decision by Curry. Defense too focused in on Steph.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
For Curry. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging 34 points, 12 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
I've played with someone like him, the type of player that looks to get others involved first. That's my type of teammate.
Here's Pasensya. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Buddy Hield comes in for Gary Payton. Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Kings. Ellis comes in for Fultz. Pass to Valanciunas. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Pasensya's shot is good. Pasensya's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. Kings have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounders. Number 1, Draymond Green.
And guys, his rebounding has taken a lot of pressure off their other bigs. It frees those guys up to contribute in a lot of other ways.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Here's Levine following the basket by Draymond Green. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Pasensya on the wing. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Pass to Wiles. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The shot's good. Pasensya's got 8 points in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Now here's Valanciunas. And that one, good. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And a deep 3 from Curry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Tuesday, they're taking on Clint Capella and the Miami Heat. Then on Thursday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Detroit Pistons.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Timeout called by the Kings. Now Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Zach LaVine.
And guys, in the past 10 games, he's stepped up his role in the offense in a big way. His usage rate has increased. He's finishing off a lot of possessions, and that's just how this team wants it.
Now here's Hield. 5 points in the game. Butler in the corner over Valanciunas, and Butler gets it to go on the assist by Green. Green's got 3 assists in the game. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Kick out to LaVine. Drains it from beyond the arc. LaVine's got 8.
And LaVine takes a lot of threes for this very reason. Such an effective shooter.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Pasensya, he's checked in for Curry. The Kings also at the sub. Monk's checked in for Zach LaVine. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Butler. And ranked among the top 10 in scoring, he can fill it up with the best of them.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas off the mark. Had a chance to trim it to single digits. And it's Pasensya in the corner for Murray. Pasensya's shot is good. Pasensya's got 10 points in the quarter.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
And DeRozan kicks to Ellis. Hield against Valanciunas. And there's the defensive 3-second call. This is his 2nd attempt at the line tonight.
Shooting for Sacramento.
And he shows the focus there. Nails the technical. And you hear, Richard, about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high-flying and rim wrecking, and it's worth it.
Curry's checked in for Golden State.
Number 30, Stephen Curry.
Here's Monk. And the lead is down inside single digits. And it's 7 points for Malik Monk.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
The Kings trail by 9. Ellis dishes to DeRozan. Curry, automatic from deep.
Bringing that 3-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Here's Monk driving inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Monk's got 9. Warriors leading by 10. Outside Curry. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Monk. And Moody pulls it down. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green, the pass to Butler. Right side Curry. Shoots over DeRozan. Curry with another miss.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
To the inside. Out to DeRozan. Fires the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Butler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Offline from the top of the key. And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Draymond Green. Draymond, big front court on the other team. Was the game plan to make them adjust to you?
Absolutely. We know their size is what they were going to bank on. Pull them away from the rim a little bit. We were able to knock some shots down.
You look comfortable, and they did not. Thanks a lot, Draymond. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq says hi. Kenny says hi, too. Yes, we are in the midst of the NBA season and a perfect time to see how things are coming together in the West.
Well, looking at the Warriors, you know, Halloween was a long time ago, but this team is still the scariest group in the league. They're striking fear into every team that has to go against them, Shaq.
You're starting to scare me, Kenny.
Oh, okay. That wasn't scary.
Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Kings.
Well, their problems start on the backboard, and it's not just a few unlucky bounces. It's an activity, Shaq.
Which is something you can fix if you want to, but I'm not seeing a lot of want to from them.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Now an update on Buddy Hield's injury. Let's go to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, I was able to catch up with the Warriors' head athletic trainer. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious. But he's not letting it slow him down out there, and he's going to give it a shot. Kevin?
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
And you just hate to see any injury, but potentially a serious one like this breaks your heart.
Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Butler out there with Moody. And it's Green in at the 5, home in the paint. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Pass to Butler. Back to Curry. Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
Not just a jump shooter. Curry is so creative at figuring out little ways to score inside.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Levine against Hield. 6 to shoot. And DeRozan kicks to Levine. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 11 rebounds in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Hield from outside. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
Levine. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Levine's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Levine is fired up tonight and having no trouble finding points for his squad.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Let's check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. You look at Kuminga. He's absolutely deadly from outside. And, of course, Gary Payton.
Either of these two guys force defenders to come out well past that three-point line, and that really opens the floor up for their entire offense.
Warriors leading by 11. Hield outside. This one for 3. And the Warriors miss again. Kings have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Off target from three-point range.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Levine. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Timeout called by the Kings.
Check out the numbers for Levine. He's around 14 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at his huge role in their offense, a major contributor as far as putting up points.
He's just a
He's moving the ball around. Ellis can't get it to go.
They are losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
It's Curry outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Curry's got 10 points.
And when Curry is shooting while in rhythm, he is lights out. Nothing you can do to stop him.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Let's see some of the numbers here on Buddy Hield. His last 10 games, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season, a full 14 teams finished with between 46 and 51 wins, with plenty of teams in the picture. Adam Silver is thrilled with the level of competition. He says, I think what fans ultimately want is to see great competition across the league. Evan, it's certainly fun to watch.
It is, David. Bring it on, I say. The more, the better. Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense. But what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the 3 ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
And here's Levine following Draymond Green's 3. And it's the Warriors on the break. Fires top of the key. Offensive rebound. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got 21.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
On the wing, Levine, covered by Hield. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on an 18-5 run. No good from outside. Sacramento's gotten 1. Bojemski's checked in. Malik Monk, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Ellis. 6 points for him. Monk outside. The Warriors pull it in.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Now, here's Butler. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Monk outside. Pass to Levine.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Launches a 3. And there's Monk on the assist by Levine.
3.
Monk's got 12 in the game.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.